Hi, this is Tandoori Chicken, Indian style Tandoori Chicken. Spicy, delicious, and restaurant style. In order to combine all the ingredients together well, you need a lot of yogurt. So make sure you buy a large tub of yogurt. You can use between 3/4 to even a whole one if you want to. Now, this is the tricky part. Just be careful not to cut your fingers as you're doing this. You have to make deep slits in the chicken because you need to stuff that gorgeous, fresh, raw garlic, and it needs to be fresh if you want that succulent, tender taste when you're eating tandoori chicken. These are those little secrets that restaurants don't tell you. At this point, you need to get your hands in. If you really want to coat everything well, I wouldn't suggest using a spoon to do this. Get your hands in, get messy. Just a disclaimer alert here, you are going to dye your hands red. So this tandoori masala will make your hands discolor, just to know. So if you don't want your hands to look like they have henna on, or you've just been painting, I'd wear some gloves. And this is why I said wear gloves, because you need to coat every piece of that chicken. You need to get the colour of that tandoori masala, the redness on the chicken. If the chicken doesn't look red, then you've not got enough tandoori masala on, and it's not going to look like a tandoori chicken. Tandoori chicken looks the way it is because of the colour of it. So you have to get your hands in. Look at that redness now. It has to be coated totally in redness. And if you don't use foil underneath your roast chicken, it's going to be very difficult to wash off after. Let me just tell you, because otherwise that's all those spices will burn as it's cooking if you don't have a foil underneath. By having the foil underneath, it keeps all the chicken legs tender and succulent because the juice remains on the foil without burning. Especially if you want that succulent chicken at the end and restaurant style. Like I said to you, this is restaurant style chicken. Ensure the foil has no holes. As you're covering this now, ensure that foil has no air holes at all. No pockets of air could get out of that, because this is where it keeps all the moisture in. We're halfway through the cooking process. You have to remove the chicken from the oven. You have to turn it over. If you don't turn it over, one side will burn and cook more than the other side. You must return the lid of the foil lid. You must replace it back on, ensuring there's no air pockets at all. Tighten it around all the way around. No air pockets. Keep the chicken succulent while it's cooking. It must go back in the oven for its final cooking time. Okay, so we're looking at least 40 minutes beginning cooking time. Take it out, turn the chicken over, put it in for another 40 minutes. On high heat. It has to be on high heat. Mine is 250. It goes up to, so I take mine all the way to the highest heat. So depending on what your temperatures of your oven, it has to be on its highest if you want it to cook within an hour and 15 minutes, roughly. Once it's ready, enjoy it on its own as a starter. Put some yogurt on the side, salad on the side, or you can have it as a side dish with a main meal. If you find that it's too runny at this point, not runny, sorry, I mean the mixture, you can still feel the mixture on the top and you don't like that, just put it into the grill for 5 minutes, turning it over. It will dry out the moisture on the top if you don't want any moisture on your hands while you're eating it.